Kasi yung mga magsasaka, hindi naman sila nakakatapos. Sorry ganito talaga yung sitwasyon natin sa Pilipinas eh. Yung mga indigenous people, kailangan mo bigyan ng college degree dito, Mr. Chair.
Maraming mga mahihirap ang nakagraduate, nakapagtapos sa mag-aaral. Hindi naman lahat ng marginalized hindi nakapagtapos eh. Yun ang lumalabas sa discussion ngayong umaga. In the marginalized sector, we will find those that have graduated college. Hindi ako naniniwala, Mr. Chair, na yung mga marginalized ay hindi ho nakagraduate ng college. Marami dyan nag-abogado, marami dyan naging engineer.
Okay
So we
naman.
can find them coming from the marginalized sector.
And again, sinasabi namin at nare-reiterate namin, ngayon nga hindi natin maibigay yung 10,000 ayuda para sa ating mga mamamayan. Medyo mahirap-hirap po itong tanggapin ng mga tao.
Section 3, qualifications. Elected and sectoral delegates shall be natural-born citizens of the Philippines and at least 25 years of age on the day of the election or appointment. Further, an elected delegate, who shall be at least a college degree holder, must be a registered voter in the district in which the delegate shall be elected and a resident thereof for a period of not less than 1 year immediately preceding the day of the election, period. That's all, Mr. Chair. May I ask if the movant will accept the proposed rewording amendment of Section 3?
So Section 3. Any objection to Section 3?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, who is this?
Richard Gomez, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman, our Deputy Majority Leader, Richard Gomez. Please proceed.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to expand also on the qualifications. If possible, since we are rewriting the Constitution, Mr. Chair, I believe that we should expand our qualification and make it higher, no? College degree, yes, I agree, Mr. Chair. Resident voter, resident of the Philippines. I also would like to include that the members shall have no criminal conviction, must not have a withstanding court case with participation in the drug trade, and must not have a behavior unbecoming of a Filipino with a good moral character, Mr. Chair. It has to be very strict since we are rewriting the Constitution, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Richard, what has been accepted from your proposal is that only those convicted by final judgment on cases involving moral turpitude. We cannot also, Congressman Richard, disqualify those with pending cases because they're still presumed innocent until a guilty verdict has become final. Is Congressman Congressman Gomez, does he accept the explanations of our proponents?
I agree and accept, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. So there's no more conflict there. So please enter into the amendments that we add those who do not have a criminal conviction on final judgment involving cases of moral turpitude. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Yes.
Arlene.
Now, Mr. Chair, on Section 3, now that you've moved na isama yung appointed sa elected and appointed, Mr. Chair, my question is, kasi yung mga magsasaka, hindi naman sila nakakatapos. Sorry ganito talaga yung sitwasyon natin sa Pilipinas eh. Yung mga indigenous people, kailangan mo bigyan ng college degree dito, Mr. Chair. So yung qualifications dito, babagsak na sila dito pa lang, Mr. Chair. Now, sinabi natin, we would want na inclusive sila.
May I be
Diba?
recognized, Mr.
Mr.
Chair?
Chair.
Yes,
So,
to answer.
yes, Mr. Chair.
I'll let Arlene Brosas finish.
So kung ganun yung mangyayari, and they appoint sila, particularly yung mga tatamaan, yung peasant, indigenous people, diba? Yes, oo. I brought it up, but
Yes.
then may irony dito, may
I've seen that.
problema dito, Mr. Chair, kasi
There is no problem. Let me now read to you what is Section 3 as we are going to approve.
Okay.
Provided that except for the sectoral delegates, yan, all other delegates shall be at least college degree holders and shall possess qualifications. So exempted ang sectoral. Okay. Okay. Very
Thank you,
clear.
Mr. Chair.
Diyan, no?
Kinaklaro ko lang, Mr. Chair. But of course,
Thank
I am nasa continuing opposition po ako. Pero
Yes,
kailangan ko
continuing
kasi
opposition,
iklaro
it's your
ito na mga particular section na ito,
Okay,
Mr.
yeah.
Chair. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Mr. Chair.
May we know who is this on Zoom?
Mr. Gomez, Mr. Chair, Cong Gomez.
Gomez is represented, is now recognized.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I was listening to Representative Arlene Brosas regarding the qualifications for the delegates, and I would like to, Mr. Chair, take this opportunity to bring to our attention. It is a very critical provision that will determine the composition and membership of our proposed constitutional convention. And I think that the reason why we need to expand the qualifications of the very people who will determine the highest law of the land, the rationale behind this, Mr. Chair, is that I believe that for Filipinos to be able to contribute to meaningful and effective provisions that will make up the highest law of our land. So the delegates must have relevant skills to be able to do this, Mr. Chair. The ability to read and write is, I think, a very broad qualification, and it does not assure us that a delegate possesses the ability, number one, to comprehend the issues and factors that have long-term implications of our entire community. Second, analyze and come up with effective solutions-driven provisions given the complex factors to be considered. And, Mr. Chair, to articulate, which is very important, to articulate himself in the debates during the conduct of the convention. We cannot have a silent committee. We need somebody who can articulate and come up with relevant laws in amending our constitution, Mr. Chair. So the read and write is too broad.
Thank you, Congressman Richard. Will you be agreeable that the exception be only from the sectoral delegates from the marginalized sector?
Even those in the marginalized sector, Mr. Chair, maraming mga mahihirap ang nakagraduate, nakapagtapos sa pag-aaral. Hindi naman lahat ng marginalized hindi nakapagtapos eh. Yun ang lumalabas sa discussion ngayong umaga.
Yes, it's noted. So we will just put here, because the statement of Congressman Brosas is that yung magsasaka, baka hindi nag-graduate ng college, high school lang or fourth year college lang. So therefore, would you agree that our amendment will be that except for the sector delegates from the marginalized sectors? So that's clear. Marginalized sectors are provided for in the law. Is that agreeable, Congressman Richard? Only marginalized sectors. Will you accept?
So, Mr. Chair, I truly believe that even in the marginalized sector, we can find, and we will definitely find, those that have graduated in the marginalized sector. We will find those that have graduated college. Hindi ako naniniwala, Mr. Chair, na yung mga marginalized ay hindi ho nakagraduate ng college. Marami dyan nag-abogado, marami dyan naging engineer. So we can find them coming from the marginalized sector.
It is noted. Thank you very much, Congressman Richard, for your emphasis.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.
Mr.
Yes,
Mag-move na ba siya, Mr. Chair?
Yes, going to move now.
Yes, Mr. Chair, as the last manifestation siguro, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please
Mr.
proceed with the manifestation.
Yes, siguro nais naming irehistro ang consistent na tindig, no, laban dito sa ginagawa natin na charter change, lalo sa ilalim ng administrasyong Marcos Jr. The last time we had Concon was under the father of the president, no, Marcos Jr. Meron din noong resolution of both houses at accompanying bill gaya ng tinatalakay natin ngayon. Eventually, the Concon produced the 1973 Constitution, further cemented the Marcos dictatorship. Hindi po dapat malimot ang mga pangyayaring ito habang nagtatalakay tayo ng ganitong measure or charter change, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, continuing pa rin ang aming hindi pagsang-ayon, ano, kahit po sa hybrid na Concon na sinasabi na nakasaad dito sa RBH 6. And actually, we are questioning kung bakit nga Senate President and House Speaker have the appointing powers here, no? Saan nagmumula ang kapangyarihang ito? I understand kung merong reservations doon sa President and etc. And by continuing naman po na objection din dyan si Congressman PD Barzaga, no? Now, next, yung usapin po ng November 2023, magsisimula yung session ng CONCON, ikukonvene ng COMELEC at Senate. Now, tinanong ko po yan kanina kung magkakaroon ng suspension ng Kongreso, sinabi niyo naman hindi. Pero yung Section 11 states that Congress will lend its assistance to the conduct of CONCON. How will this affect us? No? And yung usapin po ng niraise ko din kanina, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, kung tama ba, na kung lalahok sila sa mga CONCON amendments, sa tingin po natin, baka po pwede natin silang i-out doon sa sa usapin dahil civilian supremacy naman ang ating pinag-uusapan. And para sa per dime, sinasummarize ko lang Mr. Chair, para sa per dime
for the record, yes.
compensation, yes, for the record ng natin, yung 10,000 na ibibigay sa kada araw na lalahok sa delegado ng CONCON. Sabi namin kanina, halos minimum wage na ito ng isang manggagawa sa isang buwan. 'Di ba? Ang sumatotal po nagagastusin, sabi nyo, sa malalaman natin sa Committee on Appropriations. Then I've asked, meron bang transparency dito? Yan ang tanong natin. And again, sinasabi namin at nare-reiterate namin, ngayon nga hindi natin maibigay yung 10,000 ayuda para sa ating mga mamamayan. Medyo mahirap-hirap po itong tanggapin ng mga tao na hindi mataas yung presyo ng mga bilihin at may krisis. Tapos meron tayong binabudget ngayon na ganito for the Constitutional Convention. Now, as a final manifestation, Mr. Chair, we are firm in our belief that amending or revising the Constitution will not directly address the urgent economic concerns of Filipino women and people. Kung may kinakailangan baguhin ngayon, hindi ang konstitusyon, kundi ang batas at patakaran na taliwas sa nationalist aspirations at demokratikong diwa ng 1987 Constitution. We fear that we are repeating a dark side of our history by pushing through with this CONCON accompanying bill. Muli itinatala po ng representasyong ito mula sa Gabriela Women's Party ang mariing pagtutol sa accompanying bill na ito na magpapatupad ng CONCON sa ilalim ng Administrasyong Marcos Jr. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Brosas, for those comments and manifestations.